what else can I be besides being who my nature is, literally? Like what else can I be? See, that's the problem with when you live in the society whereby, they go around trying to change who you really are. They run around trying to, you know, indoctrinate something inside you so that you can turn into something that you're not. In this video, guys, today I want to talk about toxic masculinity. I want to talk about being toxic as a man, and why is that word so, you know why does that word even exist? Because in real world, it's either you are a man or you're not a man, right? It's either you are a woman or you're not a woman. So it's either you are a man or you're not a man. Now, you can be a man and be weak or be sick, we call that. And I think that being toxic, if you're a man, right? Like what the society, the problem with calling people, with calling men toxic, which obviously I don't believe that there is such a thing as a man being toxic, right? Or a man or woman being acting in a toxic way. But I do not believe that man being man is toxic. Because if you can't be your man, if you can't be yourself, what are you gonna be? Like, what else can I be besides being who my nature is, literally? Like, what else can I be? See, that's the problem with when you live in a society whereby, they go around trying to change who you really are. They run around trying to, you know, indoctrinate something inside you so that you can turn into something that you're not. Because what are you gonna be if you're not a man? Like, what can a woman be if she does not be a woman? Like, what is she gonna be, right? What can a woman be besides being a woman? What can a man be besides being a man? And what is being a man? Being a man is not going around fighting everybody and screaming and challenging challenging people, calling up people out. That's not a bad thing. Now, going around and finding people enjoying having a good time, and then you want to fight people who are just chilling and having a good time, then that's toxic. Just so you can show that you're strong. See, first of all, I do believe that being a man is not a show. It's not a display. This is not something you get to show off. And the reason why I talk about this is because obviously I'm talking to men, right? But like in general, a real man don't go around talking about how he's a real man. Like, I don't go around telling people I'm a real man. I don't go around telling. Now, obviously, people, they're not stupid. Men, women, kids, people are not stupid. They might see things, but they might not call you. They might not tell you, hey, you acting like a little bitch. They will not tell you that, but they will see that you are a bitch. You acting like a little bitch. And if you are being a man, they will get the feeling that you really are being a man. And what is being a man is being direct. You want to be clear in everything that you do. You want to be clear. You don't want to give people misjudgments of who you are. Like, you don't want to give a woman, she needs to know who you really are. Do you like to, are you the kind of a man, like, who are you, right? And being a man needs no explanation. It's either you are living as a man or you're not. Because just like I already say, a tiger is just gonna do what tiger do, and a dog is gonna do what a dog does. So if I come around, going to the gym, they call it ego lifting. Me personally, I don't think it's ego lifting. If you believe you can lift the whole gym up, come on, go ahead and do your thing. Now, if you want some attention, because some people go to the gym, like I'm not even gonna call them women, but they're men who really love attention so bad, they're gonna go to the gym. You're gonna see somebody carrying something on his head. They trying too hard. If you try too hard, that's not manly. If you want people to look at you, like, if you want the attention, if everything you do is to get yourself some attention, if you want women to notice you, if you go around trying to, do too much so you can be noticed, then you have failed yourself, and you have even failed the society, because the society do not expect men to go out. Like, the society don't really, the reason why the society do not really most of the time come to the aid of men is because The society already has this big expectation of us. They expect you to be proper. They expect you to know what you're doing. So if the society in general sees you, really bitching up, acting like a child, acting like a young lady, like a sweetheart, of course the society is gonna find you weird. Of course the society is gonna call you toxic. But guys, if you watch the video, going to the gym, lifting, being hard, being, really being hard on life, and expressing who you really are, that's not being toxic. That's not being toxic. So you never want to let anybody shame you into something that makes you you. Because listen, there is a reason why a woman would like to gossip. She finds comfort in talking about her emotions and talking about, you know, she wants somebody to listen to her, right? And then men, we find comfort in challenge. We find comfort in going towards the current, in having things, breaking things down and building them up. Fighting. Like carrying shit, running, jumping, fucking, doing all this. This is natural, guys. This is something natural. This is something that you cannot control unless if something is wrong on your hormones. and I don't like to talk in terms of hormones, but unless something is really off about you. But in real world, man is gonna be a man. He's not gonna explain shit to anybody. He's just gonna leave. Because you as a man, if you're lying to the world. And that's being toxic. Being toxic is lying to the world and to yourself. And when you scream, when somebody don't mean no harm but you want to fight them, when somebody just walking solo and you push them, you know yourself that you really are a bitch. Like, you're not dominating anybody. You simply are just a bitch. And soon enough, if you find somebody who like to dance and play the way you play, you're gonna get fucked. So guys, the message of today that you need to get is, do not let the world brainwash you. Don't let the world turn you into a chicken. If you're a man, then be a man. And if you're a woman, if you're a man but a woman, then be a woman. Do not confuse things. There is nothing toxic about a man being a man, but there is everything toxic with a man acting and being just like a woman. Not saying there is anything wrong with women, but in this world we live in duality, whereby there is the feminine and the masculine, right? There is the hard and soft. There is the hot and cold. So you don't want to go against the current, because we can't. That's going against nature. And if the nature calls, you should always respond. And the only way you respond to nature is not by trying to cover up who you are, but expressing it, who you are, to the world, and giving that and letting burn. Because when the sun shines in summer, doesn't give a fuck if you got a windshield or not, or AC in your house. It's still gonna burn. So you must be just like the sun, or anything, or the tree, or anything. Burn and let the world see that. But don't go around screaming and trying to get attention, because that's not manly. That's being a child.